Hi, everyone. And we missed you. We missed going on a webinar. It's been a long time since we last did this. And of course, we're back so we can help you more and assist you more. Because in this video, we'll be understanding Google Workspace for Education's new storage policies and hopefully answer some questions that you've been wanting to ask. So in case this video does not answer all of your questions, please feel free to email us or contact us at the following email address that's flashed in the screen. It's helpdesk@qsr.com.ph or at education@qsr.com.ph so we can answer more of your concerns. So if you want to receive a step-by-step guide on how to manage your organization storage, we also have a Google form for that. So please feel free to click the Google form at the description box below, and you'll automatically receive a storage manual that could hopefully help you in managing your organization's storage. So from this, let's move on and look at the timeline that Google announced some of these changes. So first and foremost, it was in January 2022 that Google started announcing that doc sheet slides, forms, etc., all of the other tools will now have a weight in your storage by May 2002. So this means that all of the files that you created or that you create beyond May 2022, and if you edited the documents before May 2022, so if you have documents that you created previously before May 2022, and you edited them May 2022 onwards, this will also have a weight in your Google Drive storage. So again, those are the two initial announcements. Now moving on, it was also announced in May 2022 that there is going to be an implementation of a pooled storage system by July 2022. So even if the probable official announcement was in 2022, QSR as a Google partner already made an announcement to all of our schools and to all of our partner communities and schools. By March 2021 or last March 2021, we've already sent out an announcement about this pooled storage system. And I keep talking about this pooled storage system, but this storage limit is actually 100 terabytes per domain. So, however, if you have more than 20,000 monthly active users, which are more applicable for higher educational institutions or like big organizations who have all the levels, you have a different storage limit. This is actually 5 gigabytes per monthly active user. So you will multiply, for example, you have 25,000 monthly active users, you multiply that by 5 gigabytes, and that's the pooled storage system that you'll be getting. And again, just to move on from this, what are some of the announcements that we should expect from Google, or what are our expectations from these announcements? Number one is, of course, these policies are already implemented and that you should already be seeing them reflected in your admin console because we have a new storage widget, or you'll see them in your Google Drive. Per user, you can already see it. But I know the 100 terabyte pooled storage seems to be so small from coming from an unlimited storage system. But I just want to assure you that this is actually more than enough for our organizations, because you can create approximately 100 million documents, 8 million presentations, or 400,000 hours of video that you can store in your Google Drive. But of course, a lot of our organizations are still uncomfortable about this, and they still have a lot of questions regarding this. And to help me answer them, I have Mr. Ryan Raz with me, Q Software Research's Senior IT Systems Engineer. And hopefully, he can help me answer your questions. Hi, Sir Ryan.
Good morning, Camille. Good day to everyone.
Good day, Sir Ryan. Good day to everyone. And moving on from this, no, I just want to help our organizations or our schools understand bakit po ba inimplement ni Google itong storage system na ito or our 100 terabytes pooled storage?
Okay, I think to answer that question into one word is translate to sustainability. Okay, because Google have grown this past few years. No, each universities are keeps enrolling to Google. So each year, storage consumption is rapidly accelerated. So that grown, if your unlimited storage cannot be sustained in the long run. So storage must be capped. So they have new policies to limit it into 100 TB per organization to sustain the ecosystem in the long run. So, but don't worry, even though it's being capped to 100 TB, you have the storage management for that. You can mostly the reason for this why you need to put your own storage uh, policies simply because the storage are not being used properly as per education purposes. So some of this are being used in different way, some sort of abuse in a way. So it's better that we have this because the organization will represent the schools and someone abuse this. If the user abuse some of this storage, it will translate to the organization uh, some sort of organization obligation in a way, especially nowadays of data privacy.
All right. Thank you, Sir Ryan, no? And of course, we want to be fair to all of the other schools, no? Even if it seems like it does not have a cost to us, because this is actually a big investment on the part of Google, no? Alam natin pag bumili tayo ng storage externally, ang mahal-mahal niya. But since we are given free storage, some of us or some organizations have certain users who go above and beyond what is given to them. Yung iba, 100 gigabytes tas one user lang siya. So medyo malaking storage ang ginagamit niya at
Precisely.
hindi siya equal to all of the other users in terms of like an average use of their Google Drive storage. So, thank you Sir Ryan, no. At least medyo mas naintindihan namin bakit nga kailangan gawin to ni Google. But with that, may we know po sino bang mga affected ng change na ito?
Yes, okay. That's a good question. The affected of this one is every users inside the organization. Users that uses the service of Gmail, Google Drive, Google Photos. These services kasi consume storage and it's part of 100 TB uh, organization quota on per domain. So it covers on the quota covers to everyone that uses this kind of service. And also there's a third party apps din na it's consume storage. One of these uh, the third party apps are some sort of the one who accesses your Google Drive. So I think those those kind of application I guess one good example of this application is a document management system. So the document management system access data on your drive, so it covers those application as well because they're consuming Google Drive service.
Alright, thank you Sir Ryan. So, in general siguro para mas maintindihan natin, lahat sila na gumagamit ng lahat sila
Exactly.
na user under the domain ay talaga namang affected because we have to fix our policies in the organization para malimit ang usage ng ating mga users. Now,
Yes.
Sir Ryan, of course, we want to understand what are some of the suggested actions na pwedeng gawin ng ating organizations para naman hindi sila mag-limit or umabot sa limit?
From time to time, I would recommend to do cleanup. So they can generate a storage report inside their domain using the reporting tool inside your admin console. And then from there, you can identify the users that are using the certain amount of storage. So you can generate a report based on per usage level, kung sino yung may pinakamalaki and sino yung may pinakamababa. So from there, you can inform those user that why are you or something like you are using more than the required data from your account. Is this valid data or this some sort of non-educational data? If it's non-educational, it's up to the organization policy in what are you going to do with it. You can delete it is if that is your organization's policy. And implementing storage policy as well covers to organization level. Kung if you have organization level from your student, organization level from your teachers and faculty and staff, you can implement those storage level. And then there's also a group level. You can mix and match with those policies. So if this one works in the group level, you do it at the group level. If this one works at the organization level, you do it at the organization level. And then the management of storage policy will be done inside your console, and reporting will be done inside your console reporting widgets. And also, you might want to inquire if there's an extra storage for that. Then yes.
All right. Thank you, Sir Ryan, no, for mentioning another option, which is the extra storage. Because for some of us, we might be worried, no, na hala, meron ng storage cap. Baka naman di ako makabili ng extra storage pag kailangan ko na. But don't worry, administrators and teachers, there are options for extra storage. First and foremost, of course, we have the teaching and learning upgrade and the education plus upgrade. In general, we have four SKUs or we have four editions. Fundamentals is the free edition where you get 100 terabytes pooled cloud storage. The education standard is mostly an upgrade for our IT admins, but you only get 100 terabytes of pooled cloud storage as well. If we're looking at upgraded features, plus storage or additional storage, we would suggest the teaching and learning upgrade, which is a per license upgrade depending on how many teachers you have. So you get that pooled storage, which is 100 terabytes. And if you purchase one license, you get additional 100 gigabytes per license. All right. So, if we're looking at Education Plus, the Education Plus naman po is on a per student basis. Meaning, you're required to give us your entire student population. And for every licensed student, you get also a free staff license. But for every paid license, you get 20 gigabytes. So, for example, you have 1,000 students, you multiply 1,000 times 20 gigabytes, you get that on top of the 100 terabytes of storage that you have. So these are the two options that we majorly suggest if you do want extra storage, plus of course, extra functionalities for your Google Workspace accounts. But if you're thinking na, nako gusto ko storage lang, ayoko na ng mga extra features, that is possible, although it is the least economic option that we have for you. But yes, it is possible if you really want it, no? Kung kung gusto mo na storage lang, it is possible, but of course, we hope you also consider other options. That is that's why we encourage you to contact us at education@qsr.com.ph so we can discuss with you what are the best options for your school. And moving on with that, I'm just gonna move on to some of the frequently asked questions, Sir Rai, no? Para malaman na nila yung mga kasagutan sa iba nilang tanong.
Yes.
Nasagot na natin to just now. Unang tanong is, can we add storage? Of course, yes, you may add storage as long as your SKU is under a pooled storage, or meaning if you're on Google Workspace for Education Fundamentals, there are options for upgrades para magkaroon tayo ng additional storage. Next question, Sir Rai, is it recommended to upgrade their storage? What do you think?
Well, it depends to the organization requirement. But if you are, as mentioned by Camille kanina, no, if you want storage lang, yes, you can do that. But it's not recommended simply because you're not maximizing the investment. So if you're going to invest in storage lang, I will not recommend that personally because it's not being maximizing the investment. So in terms of cost, I would rather upgrade to Education Plus with extra storage and extra features or complete features rather than storage lang. So I would recommend you talk to us muna what are the requirements so that we can help you decide what's the best investment for your organization.
Yes, thank you so much, Sir Rai, for emphasizing that. Since QSR has always been here to support our schools, and we want you to maximize your investment. So, moving on to the next question, ano po, Sir Rai, magkano daw po ba ang storage? Siguro ako na lang pala ang sasagot nito. But there are different rates for different upgrades. If you look at the teaching and learning upgrade, that's a different rate. It's also a different rate for the education plus because the basis of the licenses are different. It's also different if you just want the storage. So we want to know first what your pain points are, what you're looking for, and then we'll recommend, and then we'll look at the cost. Whatever is more cost effective and efficient for your school, that's what we will offer you. So again, just reach out to us at education@qsr.com.ph and we can set up a meeting offline, or we can reach out to you via phone call so that you can have or you can make more educated decisions or enlightened decisions in terms of investing. Next question. Ang daming nagtatanong sa akin ito, Sir Rai. Ano ang difference ng Google One Storage versus bibili ako ng Google Workspace for Education storage?
Okay, so it's a good question because I think nung mag-announce sila when Google Drive, the business unit of Google Drive decided to separate the education or the enterprise business or the business sector to consumer sector. So ang Google One belongs to consumer sector. It means it's a Google gmail.com. If you have a gmail.com, that's a consumer part. O ibig sabihin personal account mo yan. So Google One is more on personalized account. There's no management, while the business one has a management level. So ang management level natin has a different price tier. So depende yan. As of now, ang pwede lang nating i-upgrade as long as you have a full storage coverage. So kung may full storage coverage kayo, it can be upgraded yung storage natin. So kung personal kayo, like let's say for example nasa GW's standard kayo, yung way back before na free edition, na pwede pa kayong mag-upgrade na nakakabili pa kayo, the moment that subscription expired, it cannot be renewed. So, cancel na po yun. Okay? So, once it's canceled, that will be considered as a personal account. So, you need to upgrade into paid account kung gusto mong mag-upgrade into storage. And we can also help you with that. you need to reach us at helpdesk@qsr.com.ph. Let's talk and let's work let's work on maximizing the investment.
Alright. Thank you, Sir Rhino. At least now clear na kapag Google One, gmail.com lang yun. And then,
Yes.
hindi siya applicable sa workspace accounts. Because even if I tried personally na mag-upgrade gamit yung work account ko, hindi siya allowed eh. Kailangan gmail.com lang yung account.
Yes.
So, moving on to our next question. Sir Rai, what will happen if we previously have enterprise for education? Ano pong mangyayari sa amin?
All right. Good question. So, uh, we received some of this question, that if we have, let's say, for example, we have 200 terabyte inside our organization, and nag-apply na sa storage, ang bagong storage policy dun sa aming organization, which is the 100 TB. What will happen to the existing data? It will not be deleted. It will be there. So kung sino yung may account na sobra, hindi na lang sila makakapag-add more. They can only view, read only na lang po siya. You cannot modify the file kasi sobra na po kayo sa quota. So you can still view it, and you cannot add more. So you can what is recommended is mag-clean up kayo. So kailangan bumaba yun sa 100 TB or upgrade storage, which is
Alright.
we would go the Education Plus if it's required inside your organization. If not naman, then clean up na lang tayo. We have to make sure na
Okay.
umabot tayo sa quota.
Okay. So, the before kasi it was called Google Workspace for Education plus Legacy. Actually, that's the new name pala. Pero before, it's G Suite Enterprise for Education. Ito po yung mga kumuha ng mga lumang upgrade, pero ang features nila ay updated pa rin naman. So, in terms of SKU or edition, hindi na po natin 'to ino-offer in the market. So, sobrang swerte po ng mga nakakuha nitong enterprise for education na 'to dati because they got it at a very discounted rate. Now, since we are moving on to Education Plus and it's not available in the market anymore, wala na po talaga, wala na po siyang, di na po natin siya ibinebenta. It's not available anymore. And this is also the last year that our enterprise for education clients will be able to use this SKU because they will be moving into Education Plus in the next year. So may transition period na po tayong magaganap. So again, don't worry about your storage. You will still get 100 terabytes. Um, 100 terabytes pooled storage. But since you've already purchased the licenses, nag-apply yung 100 gigabytes per license na on top of that. So I hope that's clear. If it's still a bit confusing, of course, you can still talk to us after this. So Sir Rai, what will happen if the license is expired and we have more than 100 terabytes? Kunyari, nakabili na ako, pero tapos na yung kontrata namin, tapos na yung 1 year. Ayaw na namin mag-renew. What will happen?
Okay, so that's a good question, no? If you don't want to renew, tapos lumagpas kayo ng 100 TB, so the quota applies to that. So once the quota is applied, then you can no longer add files and you can no longer receive email because it's more than quota. So there's no bounce back. Ang bounce back kasi ng education is once you check the quota is 24 hours. So hindi agad mag-bounce back right off the bat. Mag Mag-relay muna yan into checking. So that's probably 24 hours or so bago kayo maka-receive ng quota error. Sasabihin sa atin na you have reached the quota of this account. That's why the email bounce back. And then, of course, you will, aside from that error, you will see a red label inside your inbox na you have reached the quota. So inside your account. So inbox, Google Drive, and other accounts that uh, associated with your quota.
Alright. So, again, meron po tayong mga markers, no, na malalaman natin um, na hindi na tayo possible makagawa pa ng mga documents, Sir Rai, no? But I think very big yung red label natin. So, malalaman talaga natin siya agad.
Yes,
Don't worry. Again, if you need help with the cleanup or tech concerns, we have our help desk. And we're always available naman to answer through there. So, Sir Rai, is it again recommended to upgrade storage in advance?
well, in terms of maximizing the investment, if you're going to ask me for in that regard, I would first study and plan ahead kung do we really need that. Kung kailangan natin, uh, I would not jump to that conclusion na we need to upgrade the storage in advance because that will take an at a cost on your organization. So it's not recommended, but again, if you require that, if you really need it, na wala kayong choice, that you feel you don't have a choice at all, then by all means, kasi kailangan natin siya. Kung showstopper yan sa organization natin, we have to do it. Kasi showstopper siya. If not a showstopper naman, if you need help with cleaning up your organization's data, then we can help you. You can reach to helpdesk at qsr.com.ph.
Alright. Tama, Sir Rai, no? Kapag sobrang alam natin na kailangan-kailangan ng school, lalo pag maraming users,
Mhm.
syempre we want to plan it in advance. And actually, I just wanna commend some of the schools that have been reaching out to us. Kahit ang storage nila ay mag-e-end pa or mag-o-over pa by Q4 of this year, Q1 pa lang kausap na natin sila, no? We've been doing the
Mhm.
planning. Talaga namang they are
Yes.
very proactive. And we hope that some of the schools that's going to watch this will also be like that. To be proactive kasi ayaw natin ng, ayan na, wala na, hindi na magamit, tapos magmamadali tayo na anong nangyayari, whatever, stuff, blah, blah, blah. Medyo mahirap po yun kasi ang daming affected. Not just the administrators, but the entire organization. So, moving on to our last few questions, sir. How do we know if our organization is reaching 100 terabytes?
Okay. So inside your console, you will see an storage management. So it's a little cloud thing inside your console. We call it widget. So yung icon na yan, it's there's a label of storage management on it. So you need to click that, and then pag click mo ng storage management na yun, there will be a bar. Parang kung makikita natin tong slide number 2, yung katulad na makikita natin slide number 2 na bar na may blue and then red. So pag malapit na to kayo sa red, I would suggest that you start cleaning up. So at least 80% of it. So para may leeway pa, I think mga 1 month leeway pa siguro yung 80%. If I'm not mistaken, as long as there's no abuse user on your organization, uh, that will do the trick. So 80% would be the maximum siguro, the maximum threshold that I'm going to suggest on that matter. But in terms of starting it, 60% would be a good start, and 70 would be in the medyo kailangan na natin siyang tingnan, and 80% would be the we need to do something about it. So yun ang suggestion ko
Right.
in terms of reaching out the quota before you
Thank
reach the
you,
quota.
Rai. Last question, ano po? How do I see my users using the most storage? Siyempre gusto nating matrack gaano karami ba gumamit itong mga users ko. Is that possible?
Yes, it is. So under the storage management, right off the bat, when you click that, ipapakita agad sa'yo yung top 5 users that consume massive storage. So yung top 5 na yun, makikita natin kung sino yung pinakamalaki, at least the very least, yung top 5 na pinakamalaking usage capacity inside your organization. So Once na makita mo na yun, you can expand that or you can generate a report inside your admin console using the report widget. So sa report widget natin, pwede kayong gumawa ng reports doon and then you can submit that to your supervisor or manager or something. And then you can you can plan ahead na if you see those data. Kung sino yung may pinakamalaki, what type of storage are they using. It's up to the organization policy na what are they to do next.
Sige po. All right. Um, those are some of the questions that we have for you, Sir Ryan. Thank you for answering them. But again, of course, no, just to remind all of our viewers that kapag hindi po namin nasagot properly or gusto nyo pang magtanong ng marami or confused pa tayo to some of the questions, please feel free to email us. Ang email po natin ay nagfa-flash for the entire webinar. Pwede nyo pong i-capture yan. And of course, please do not forget to fill out the form at the description box below because if you fill it out, you will be getting a step-by-step storage management manual. So again, Sir Ryan, thank you for spending your morning with us. No? Medyo
Welcome
mahaba
po.
ang naging webinar natin. But again,
Okay.
thank you for joining us and we'll see you in the next video.
So, can I say something lang kami?
Sure, of
Yung
course.
parang farewell message in a way. So, 100 TB is a big storage even though you have 20,000 users or so, malaki pong storage yan. So, wag ho tayong muna mangamba. All we need to do is understand the situation, kung anong klaseng data yung ginagamit ng ating users, and then from there, we can plan kung kung ilan ang dapat nating i-allocate sa kanila. We utilize the tool like organization at sa group level and then manage the storage. So having said that, you have the tool in front of you. It's a matter of implementing the right policy for your organization. So thank you everyone. I hope you learned something today and stay safe everyone.
Thank you, Sir Ryan. Thank you, everyone. And we'll see you in our next video. Bye.